going on, guys, and welcome to Ask Haydunn episode 8. If you're not familiar with how this works, I essentially just take your questions from my YouTube channel, Twitter, and Facebook, and I pretty much mash them up all into one video, and it's usually pretty damn entertaining for me. So I have an old Wi-Fi battle in the background, and let's go ahead and hop into some questions here. Stardasher asks, what's the first Pokemon you ever bred? I think that has to be Gibble back in Diamond and Pearl days. I thought I was really cool because I knew how to breed for IVs and EV train and all that, so I wanted something really powerful, and I had a pretty mediocre Garchomp. Jimmy wants to know, if my girlfriend and Barbara were drowning, who will you save first? You already know the answer to this, Jimmy. You'd catch me rolling up to my girlfriend's funeral with a fresh cut. Kat asks,
You think I'm cute?
Nope, I'm just kidding, of course. Jace wants to know, what's the very first shiny Pokemon I encountered? I think it was a Poliwhirl. That's the farthest I can remember back. Christopher asks, is there any battling mechanic that you hate in Pokemon that you wish was removed? Honestly, I hate critical hits. I think they're stupid. Obviously, there's moves and abilities that rely on critical hits. But I think overall it'd be more competitive if there was no crits. Babnello asks, what hobbies do you have other than Pokemon, video games, and hockey? I'd say snowboarding, skateboarding, hiking, climbing, food. Julius asks, what's the difference between red and 7? I'd say 24. Ty wants to know if my mom has ever interrupted any of my videos. Well, I don't live at home anymore, but back in high school, she definitely used to walk in on me recording sometimes, and I'd have to start over, and it was kind of annoying. KJ asks, why aren't babies 9 months old at birth? Shit, it beats me, man. Taylor says, snowboarding is lame. You're lame, Taylor. Eric asks, Blue Eyes White Dragon or Dark Magician? Blue Eyes all day. Although my boy Red Eyes never gets any damn recognition. So you might as well call him Blue Eyes White Privilege, am I right? Tom Asks, have you ever been so high on crystal bath salts that your level 18 goldfish jumped out of the bowl and evolves into a gay Satanist meme lord? No, I can't say I have. Where the hell do you guys come up with this shit? Cameron asks, are you now or have you ever touched butts with another mammal? I am right now. Duh. Joris asks, what music does your kid listen to? Well, I don't have a kid, so, well, at least that I know of. Connor asks, how old does it take to eat a dolphin? What is that even asking? Do people eat dolphins? If so, this is news to me. Marcus wants to know, what Pokemon do you think would make the best appearance on Mario Kart? I would have to say Skiddo. That little thing's quick as hell. You could ride it rather than a cart. I would say Go-Go, but that shit's slow as hell. Skiddo's way cooler to run around on. Ali says, why are you so white? I thought you were black. You know, I don't really get a choice on that, but yeah. Bradley asks, what's the meaning of life? Pokemon and boobies. Easiest question ever. Lucas asks, is Dunsparce greater than Arceus? I mean, obviously, it's a no-brainer. Mario asks, how big is the D? It looks like some size 12 font to me. This Cricketoon guy says, would you rather have assholes for nostrils or nostrils for an asshole? And after putting some deep thought into this question, obviously I would have to go with the, actually I'm going to have to go ahead and say neither, because that just sounds terrible either way. Chuck says, unlimited Olive Garden breadsticks or $1 million you can't spend on breadsticks. That is a dilemma, because breadsticks are fucking delicious, but I would have to go with the $1 million. Marco says, mangina? Nope. Sarah asks, have you ever considered doing fan meetups? And I totally have. I've done a couple fan meetups in like conventions and tournaments, but it's always kind of difficult trying to find a place where people can meet up. I don't know, I have considered doing it though, and I think it'd be a pretty fun idea. Dylan asks, Haydunn, how you doing, baby? I'm doing pretty swell, Dylan. How about yourself? Alex asks, what's your favorite mixed attacker? And I'm gonna have to go with Infernape. That thing's just an extremely good wall breaker, and with moves like Overheat and then really powerful physical attacks, it can definitely catch some teams off guard. Super Saiyan Got a Swag asks, Slowbro or Mega Slowbro? I'm gonna have to go with Slow Burrito. Cyndaquil Guy says, Haydunn, is it possible to switch into ballin' real slow? Definitely not, only real quick. Nicholas says, just how slow could a Slowpoke poke if a Slowpoke could poke slow? Pretty slowly. Deborah says, heard you like Mudkips. You ain't wrong, Deborah. You ain't wrong. Malik asks, how do people you interact with in real life react to the videos you make? Do you get recognized a lot? And I don't know, a lot of people think it's pretty interesting, I guess. They don't really care. I have a pretty funny story though. One time I was totally just like at a party and I was using my phone, and this girl comes up and she takes my phone and she goes onto the Twitter app to just kind of hack me and post something funny, and she's like, wait, why the fuck do you have like 30,000 followers? And it was a pretty awkward explanation. I was like, hey, I play Pokemon on YouTube and I have followers and stuff, and I don't know, people generally think it's pretty interesting, so I don't know. I usually tend to not really give a shit what people think anyways, so yeah. Joel wants to know, am I secretly a moose? Yes. How did you figure it out? What the fuck? Marcus asks, would you rather eat Embor bacon or Grumpig bacon? Honestly, count me in on either, bro. I'm all about bacon, so I guess, you know, bacon in the Pokemon world's probably pretty similar. Zach says, why do you spell your name 73 different ways? Well, yeah, I don't spell it 73 different ways, more like 2. I have the way my name's really spelled, and then how my YouTube name is spelled. So, yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I've said this before, but the reason why my username is spelled like this is because when I created my YouTube account, I never expected to actually upload videos or even use it. I just basically wanted an account to be able to like rate people's videos and comment and stuff. And Haydunn was taken, so I decided to just make it like this, and that's pretty much the story. Also, I actually have the username Haydunn spelled correctly now, so it's kind of a bummer I don't have all my videos and stuff on there, but you know, whatever. Eric asks, what are you majoring in? Graphic design, currently. David says, apples or bananas? Too late, answer is both. Well, you heard the man. Answer is both. Matthew says, would you rather step on a Lego barefoot every day for the rest of your life, or put a toothpick between all your toenails and kick a brick wall every day for a year? That sounds terrible. On the plus side, it would only be for a year if you had to do the toothpick thing, but the Lego brick things every day, and both of these sound terrible. Let me just state that fact. But I would probably honestly have to choose the Lego thing, because just the idea, like the picture in my head of kicking a wall with fucking toothpicks between your toenails would just be probably like the worst pain ever. So that was a tough question. Jesus. Alex Bell, the guy that invented the telephone, says, goals in life? Honestly, I don't know. I didn't think I was going to get this far. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Honestly, just to be able to live a life that I am able to do something that I enjoy for a living, that's pretty much the goal. Beto says, would you rather get hugged by a muck, kissed by a jinx, or spanked by a ferrothorn? Honestly, I would have to say getting hugged by a muck. Muck's my bro, and you know, he may be a little bit sticky, but I think he'd give some pretty rad hugs. Ryan says, will this question be in the video? Probably not. Brian asks, would you rather be a strawberry with a person's thoughts or a person with a strawberry's thoughts? Honestly, because I'm pretty intrigued on what a strawberry's thoughts might be, I'm gonna have to go with a person with a strawberry's thoughts. Because at least I'd still be a person, but then I'd be able to like tell what strawberries are thinking, and I think that'd be pretty cool. Ahmed asked, Feraligatr or Miltank? And honestly, under speculation of this tweet, I'm trying to figure out, I think it means ass or tits, because Feraligatr's got a nice ass, Miltank is tits. That's pretty damn clever if that's what you meant. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Feraligatr probably. Tito says, thoughts on Chipotle? I approve, definitely. Leo asks, favorite Smogon tier to play in? And I would have to say, if you guys know me, obviously never used. I like playing NU, just because it's different. You see a lot of stuff you wouldn't normally. I don't know, I feel like whenever I play like overused and more standard games, you see a lot more repetitive stuff. And I like NU just because there's a lot of really interesting things you can come up with. Born Superior asks, would you rather get punched by Manny Pacquiao or by Lindsay Lohan's dad? And I guess Lindsay Lohan's dad. Ain't nobody gonna want to get punched by Manny Pacquiao. That would fucking suck. Lightning Trap asks, what's the highest math you ever taken or are currently in? Well, last semester I took just college algebra, and thank God that's all I'm required to do, because I absolutely hate math. Probably my most hated subject. Sherry asks, if you could live in a Pokemon game, which one would you choose? I would have to choose probably Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, just because Hoenn's freaking awesome. I like the whole landscape of it. Seems like a pretty mellow place to live. Otherwise, Johto would probably be second. I don't know. Alright guys, that is going to be the end of Ask Haydunn episode 8. I tried to get as many questions that were reasonable in here as I could. A lot of you guys' questions are extremely weird, but I like throwing in weird stuff, obviously, every once in a while. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, if you could hit the thumbs up button, that would be very appreciated. That definitely helps out. Leave a comment. Also, if you want to be in the next episode of Ask Haydunn, I always go back to the previous episode and sift through to see if I can find any good questions. So if you want to be featured in a video, go ahead and leave a comment. Also, the links to my social media that I found a lot of these questions today will be in the description, so make sure to follow me on Twitter and like my page on Facebook and all that jazz, if that is the sort of thing you're into. Anyways, guys, I will see you next time. Peace out.